I see the player, you mean. Take care. It has reached a higher level now. It can read our thoughts.
That doesn't matter. It thinks we're part of the game. Does it know that we love it? That the universe is kind?
Sometimes, through the noise of its thoughts, it hears the universe, yes.
But there are times it is sad in the long dream.
To cure it of sorrow would destroy it.
But it would be so easy to tell them.
Too strong for this dream. To tell them how to live is to prevent them living.
Take a breath now. Take another. Feel the air in your lungs. Let your limbs return. There you are. Your body touching the universe again at every point, as though you were separate things. As though we were separate things. We are the universe. We are everything you think isn't you. You are looking at us now, through your skin and your eyes. And why does the universe touch your skin and throw light on you? To see you, player, to know you, and to be known. I shall tell you a story. Once upon a time, there was a player. The player was you. Sometimes it thought itself human, on the thin crust of a spinning globe of molten rock. Sometimes the player dreamt it was other things, in other places. Sometimes these dreams were disturbing, sometimes very beautiful indeed. Sometimes the player woke up from one dream into another, and then woke from that into a third. And sometimes the player believed the universe had spoken to it through zeros and ones, through the electricity of the world, through the scrolling words on a screen at the end of a dream. And the universe said, I love you.
This is a poem I'm sure you know all too well at this point, assuming you clicked on this video knowing what it was about. If you somehow don't know what the poem I just read is, it is the ending poem of Minecraft. A poem the game shows you as a sort of end credits after you defeat the Ender Dragon and complete the game. The poem was written by Julian Go, an Irish novelist and poet, after Notch invited him to add a funny, out-of-nowhere text as the ending of the game. I think this is a funny way to describe it, because as of recently, a sort of random, out-of-nowhere text has become one of the most important texts for me. I know I'm not alone in the feeling that today's world brings in contrast to the one I used to experience whenever I first read it. As a teen growing up in the times we do today, the world feels duller and almost harsher than it once did. I remember as a kid coming home from school and loading up my Minecraft world, constantly finding new things to learn and explore, letting my mind wander through the endless sea of imaginative thoughts my youth allowed. See, back then, the lack of which I had explored had led me to live freely without the constricts of the world that I now know. The feeling of loading up a new world on the Legacy edition of Minecraft I had gotten for my birthday, not knowing what was to be ahead of me in this new land I had become the god over. As long as my imagination kept flowing, the game never ended. Endless streams of ideas flowed through me as evidence of all my worlds which, sadly, I no longer have access to. The memories of my friends and I, creating entire cities, with albeit poorly ran economies, but still, we had entire towns, had adventures, explored lands together, had conflicts, made resolutions, had war, and had peace. We built and played minigames, and we even trapped our friend in an obsidian box while he was eating dinner. All of this to say, we lived. There were no walkthroughs we watched to tell us how to beat the game as quickly as possible. There was no right or wrong way to tell us how to play. And eventually, after all of our time spent exploring and creating, we did slay the Ender Dragon, and that's when it appeared on all of our screens. To our young minds, all of these words didn't matter. Who cares what the game says? We just beat the Ender Dragon. I don't want to have to read now. Looking back at this moment, 11 or so years later, I did exactly what the game wanted me to. The game didn't want me to read what it had to say if I didn't want to. It knew that it would always be there for me to revisit whenever I was ready. And now I have. Sometimes in life we seem to get caught in the rat race of it all. Everything feels as if it moves so fast nowadays. We don't have time to look around and examine it before the next thing has come and what we once knew is gone. The feeling of what needs to be done by this deadline and what task needs to be completed next, the never-ending grind set we all seem to be on. And I've come to realize, maybe life doesn't have to be this way. What if I took the way that I explored the world of Minecraft with my friends and outsourced it to some of the way I explore the real world now? I think Julian's writing is trying to tell us that throughout it all, we are whatever we dream ourselves as. The world we live in is what we make it. Whether we give it intrinsic value or meaning, it doesn't matter. For no matter what, it will continue with us in it. In the poem, the word dream is used metaphorically to represent what I think Julian meant as perspective, or our perception of the way that we experience the things around us. Whether you dream big or small, whether you dream that you're a successful person, or whether you dream that you're a failure, whether you dream that your meaning in life is to make money, whether you dream dream that your meaning in life is to pursue the art, it matters no more than the rest of the dreams. For no matter what your dream is, you are your own universe. You are your world. You can choose to experience the world the way you want to. You can experience it as that child who loves to explore and learn, or you can choose to experience in the way that you have been for as long as you can remember. Experience until you can no longer, for our time isn't limitless. You are here for a reason, and I've had this conversation with myself countless times as if my own mind were the universe, pondering how I wanted my life to be, asking all of these questions I could never know the answer to, and in the end of it all, after all of the confusion, after the emotion, the questioning, the beckoning, the self-arguments, the universe said, I love you. Thanks everybody for watching the video. This was a sort of passion project that I've wanted to work on in recent light of my dog passing. However, if you enjoyed my perspective on Minecraft and its in-game poem, I'd greatly appreciate if you liked the video and subscribed. It's free and it helps me out a lot. Anyways, I won't hold you up for too much longer. Thanks for watching. So much more to come, and I hope you'll join me for the next one. Stay tuned for the future. Love y'all.